It's always the Alu boy. So they're going to 2-0 them?
Yeah, Fnatic look like they're going to win this round. So it might be another round.
Another round of play. And we're into the first round of our third map. Let's see how this one goes down. Won the knife. Henry outlined that we see Astralis starting on that defense. That's their choice. And Flame's got himself a nice little smoke for the bomb train. Glaive aggressive with a 5-7 in the pistol round. And well, that's worked out for him.
The 5-7, you'll see a lot more of that in pistol rounds, starting to become quite prevalent, and the USP will always be remaining the same way. It's Obo going down after getting dinked at the very start of the round. The AT will find him, and Zipex manages to find his first frag of the half. 5-on-3, and they'll commit towards inside here with the bomb. It's towards upper ramp right now on the back of Config. They still have plenty of time, to be fair.
Yeah, just having two players taken out of the server immediately and not getting the map territory you wanted kind of completely ruined your T-side game plan.
Who'd have guessed it?
This one here for them to win, not only would they need to be able to find the opening, they need to find some multi-kills, right? They almost need to keep it clean entering the bomb site here, which is no easy task. We did see Config do his best today, an ace on the pistol round previously, so maybe we'll give it another shot for us.
Yeah, Zipex not going to be able to get too much use out of his smoke now, perhaps for the retake once that bomb goes down. 2 across, 3 set up now, 1 oil, Rush. Gonna have to do a lot with that position.
Well, the fact they even get a bomb plant out of a 5-on-3 is actually looking great already. They didn't expect to win this round, but still, there is a chance now. Config's still alive with that P250. We saw what he was capable of on Nuke, but BlameF now. 1 kill, but the bomb plant is a more important note here. So, with 1 kill found, they could buy him in the next, or go for a full eco in the second round and bring up 5 AKs in the third. Chad, which way are you leaning towards? 1 kill found there?
I think now that the Krieg's out of play, I would probably just opt to take the full save and buy in the third. The Krieg before was like a crowbar, right? It was a crowbar and you were going into a jewelry store without a security department. You were just smashing windows because you could take a lot more fights. And the rifles or the MP9s or the FAMASs, they couldn't take fights with you. The AK is still extremely potent. The AK is still fantastic, but it doesn't have that scope. So on a map like Train, right, they're taking out that little tiny, for pros of this level, that little tiny adjustment that could make them hit a shot. Maybe they miss it with those AKs, but they will buy one.
Yeah, so a hero and a backup Kevlar vest.
Yeah, so that's for Poison. So yeah, it's a good spot. If BlameF does go down early, they have a second player that can actually pick up the rifle. Going to cost Poison quite a lot of money, though, to invest in that.
But if you do this, you need to get kills, right? If you have a hero AK, you need to be at least going 1 for 1.
Yeah, that's quite the investment from Poison there. Thank you very much. I'm here all week, and Dupree's not. He's been met by the only AK on the T side in round 2. So, opening first blood drawn, that's a weapon delivered as well. Could have ramifications as we go forward. Rejigging up, they're in a hold, Glaive and Zipex. And a pause called by complexity. You can see they're just on the extremities of the map with only pistols. They don't have a go button. There isn't a smoke to be thrown. There isn't anything more than the voice of Blame and his AK-47.
Well, he's already got that first kill on Dupree. Towards inside is looking likely. Zipex normally found there alone, this time joined by Glaive. They have incendiary, smoke, flashes. Should be absolutely fine here, but I feel like the bomb should be going down at the very least. Time will tell. No grenades, got the contact the way down. Hope for the best here, send the pistols in first. Trade, hopefully, but looks very good for the likes of Zipex and Glaive.
Yeah, oh, that incendiary will separate them. Rush doesn't win his duel, and Zipex does. Double. Obo did well to find just 1. They had 2 players playing inner, and that is how they convert. Of course, conversion not concrete. They have to get that bomb down if they want to change my mind. Poison's going to get that down. Ooh, and now he's lost his teammate. This gets difficult. Just a deagle.
Yeah, not much time here either. They're getting closer and closer towards his position. Even if he gets a 1 kill, they're going to trade it out. Zipex, much better though. 3 convincing kills in that round there as well. Survives and manages to defuse the bomb. No problem whatsoever. We are going to have Astralis up at 2-0. But coming out are the AK-47s. I mean, round 3, that was just 1 AK-47. They still got the bomb down, 2 kills. They're going to have enough for an AWP here for Poison. He might have to drop the weapon. I'll see whether that's going to be the case. Might just go for the AK instead. We'll tell you. Time will tell for sure.
So Blame still has enough to go for like a Mac 10 if they want to keep it quick. Yeah, we get to see right now as we move forward what type of pacing we're looking at coming from this complexity team. Vertigo was a mixed bag. You know, there was some faster play, some slower play. Same can be said for Nuke. But what they did quite well was play off each other in those mid rounds with multi-kills, right? So it will be the Mac 10. Does indicate potentially something fast. Looks like he has a good spawn here. We'll be charging straight out the T main position, assuming that will be met with some smokes. Molotov down towards the Ivy position. Flashes to follow. He gets on through.
Oh, the bullets slowed so much. He got tagged in the Molotov. It's a nasty way, but still the gap was found. Blame F will open the proceedings off with quite the frag. Now a quick response from Zipex. He isn't going to be able to slow them down, though. Instead, into the site, and Config's found the first. Complexity, this is looking very good for theirs.
I think they're already saving. CTs are going towards CT spawn, so actually might be going for the long con here. Time will tell. That's a great shot from Glaive. They're back into the round now. They have the incendiary, the smoke, and they can make this work. Up against a couple of flashes and one smoke available on the T side here. Rush knows he has to find frags. He can't rest in the laurels here. Have to be a little bit more active. They can feel their Astralis players getting closer and closer now.
Calls left center train clear. Glaive closing in. The timing. Oh, it's brutal. Nice catch from Obo. The smoke onto the site makes things awkward because there's already someone on it. Dupree's on it. It's half gone. The bullets connect. Dupree's off it. And now there's no time. Complexity, they take the round through chaos. And Magis will get away with his rifle. A lovely second with just the USP. Has he got enough distance? He does. And we get Complexity's first, but at what cost?
A very scrappy round there, but Magis will take all 5 players down. He will survive with the M4. They don't really have enough to buy here, though, so this is a problem. Magis can drop an SMG or a couple of Deagles here. If they really want to go for it, consider they took all 5 players down, I think they should buy, to be honest with you. So there it comes. We've got the MP9s, the UMPs, the Scouts, about what you'd expect. Zipex can go for a rifle here, considering he plays inside. Goes to the helmet, surprisingly. I guess he's up against a Galil. Means he won't have the incendiary, though. That's been crucial to holding them off.
They had a lot of force buys that could be potentially argued was their undoing over there on Nuke, right?
Yeah,
you have to remember that early stretch of rounds where they had a choice to potentially take a double or keep force buying, and they wanted to keep pressure on. Device knows one's crossed. To hit this shot would be big. Damage not done, but at least the Scouts now have been noted for complexity here.
Yeah. So they know they're up against at least. The run boost, they didn't take any damage. They know Device is towards the Ivy position. They've got control of Brown Halls. It's looking pretty good, generally speaking.
These are the rounds where I worry a little bit more for complexity. These are the ones that you can only really practice by feeling in the server how awkward it can get after you cop a couple of scout tags or an MP9 maybe finds a frag and upgrades to an AK. So as the clock whittles down, I start to, even though they don't have the weaponry, I start to slowly side with Astralis here, because once we get down to that 30-second mark, if we're still at a 5v5, that's where complexity may be flustered.
Magis and Dupree with the smokes. If Magis could get us down towards Ivy now, that'd be great. It'll force them back towards main entrance. As soon as they throw a flash off here, he's going to drop it. Here it comes, smoke and response. And that's what I'm talking about. They're going to have to either go all the way back towards T-spawn now, or wait until 20 seconds and bust through, or go for a flash play here. What have they got at their sleeve?
He knows where they are. Magic's crosshairs in all the right places, and now they descend out of the smoke. He actually gets 2.
No way.
I can't believe that. Looking towards main, finishes off the frag Dupree had started.
That's sick. He managed to get a second kill there. It's leaving Blame F just a Galil here, and no chance, surely, as Glaive will take him down. It's the UMP to find the frag, and 3 players survive for Astralis. 3-1 in total. The force buy works out. It's all down to that one key smoke towards Ivy. Keeping hold of that utility, making sure they're uncomfortable, and dropping it at 30 seconds is always the death sentence for the T side. Great stuff.
Yeah, just like that. That smoke arrives. You could see the difficulty for Poison and Rush. They had to do something. They ended up walking out. That second frag from Magisk, just an extra bonus. 3-1, then the score. CT side leading and looking to find their 4th as a full eco. I say full, a single flashbang. Yeah,
just to try and get the bomb down here if possible. That's all they really can hope for. And Glaive, he wants a bit more than that. He'll be going for the first kill. Poison dropped. Follow-up HE as well, but he's confirmed that Ivy's actually clear at this stage. Dupree checking towards Pop Dog, doesn't clear it though, and it's going to cost him his life. A knife kill potentially coming through. And one is delivered. Dupree will be kicking himself there. He's giving up a rifle. Could have just checked it. It looks like things are absolutely fine still. Device does find the bomb. Recovered by Config, but only got the Glock. It's now a 4-on-2. But they have got a M4 within their ranks.
Oh, as if the incendiary actually works. Enough of a gap on that pop smoke to plume. Now a second smoke does confirm their doom. They'll have to go up.
This just feels hopeless right now. But for those of you who are maybe a little bit newer to Counter-Strike, a map like Train, traditionally a CT-sided affair, so you should be expecting Astralis to win the half, if not get a couple extra to stretch their legs after that 8-round mark. We do talk about these rounds. We can continue to talk about these rounds, but I think what is probably a little bit more interesting than how this one will go down is the fact that Ents did actually 2-0 Fnatic. So that one's done and dusted. Huge stuff for Ents right there. We know they've been going through some tough times recently.
Absolutely.
That's a massive scout for them to take right there. And unfortunately, that means we won't get all 526 maps, guys. Only 525.
We've already been
available
bested
now.
after the first series.
Yeah.
Damn. $1,500, of course, for Blame. That was a economical decision as much as it was a satisfying one.
Okay.
Right, so back to the gun rounds here. Poison 1 and 5. Plenty of time to show us what he's made of. The sniper will be making his way towards main entrance here. Flashed off though. Smoked off. Nades incoming. And a default setup for complexity. So they do have a distinct lack of utility. Device with a full brown horse control, meaning they can have 4 players in terms of rifles towards the outside area. You can see that's exactly what they've done. Normally you want to be Molotov in that position at the start of each and every round, so we can't have this sort of control. We'll see if they can take care of it though. That's better.
Wow.
That works as well. You just clothesline them, that does the job.
I guess Obo's just single-handedly opening up this site that he's committed to a spray at a ridiculous range. It was Blame. Obo did get into the site and continues to tap away, chip away. He's doing spectacular. Obo! Triple kill into the site. He wants the quad and he's got it. He's a one-man army, and now dupreeh has been thrown into the wolves. A 1 versus 4 with the bomb being planted on the other side of the map. He's just going to have to be residing to a save, and Obo with a quad kill from hell.
That was pretty impressive, I have to say. Obo has had an up-and-down series so far, but that was actually very, very well played. Alone on the Abraham, segregated, and stays calm.
So you know here I obviously like looking at the numbers and doing all the stats and all that kind of stuff, but I also like coming up with really bad nicknames. Now, I don't know, Alex, if you'd remember a television show called RoboCop.
RoboCop. I remember.
Well, it was also a movie.
It was a movie at times as well.
Movie, yeah.
Yeah, so the movie, RoboCop, Robo is spelled R-O-B-O for those of you playing at home.
That's
Obo's name is spelled O-B-O. So we could call him OboCop, and then in here they have a tagline. It says part man, part machine. We could steal that for him because his name looked quite mechanical there.
So RoboCop.
It seems like the crowd have to be informed by a lot of information beforehand.
Look, that's where the nicknames need a little bit to them, Henry. You know, you don't want them to be self-explanatory.
Well, I don't think you get your nickname from having one good round on train.
No, his aim is very good.
It is,
as a kid, his aim is very, very good.
It's certainly the case. Yes, there are a couple of nicknames around here. Some more established than others. Perhaps RoboCop is on its way next.
All right, it hasn't landed, guys. I understand.
Dude,
but,
I'm not being awkward about it. I mean, for sure. We'll see what happens. Poison's got the opening frag he wanted. And the CTs, they didn't even present their best look first. With just shotguns and SMGs. Device is happy rather to upgrade his AWP now. Take that off the fingers of Magisk.
Yeah, he uses the AWP a lot more than you think on this map, actually. Flashes over dupreeh. AK-47 knows he needs a kill in return, but Config waiting for that sort of oppression will be holding right back in towards T-spawn. dupreeh just trying to clear all these angles. He knows he can't challenge towards the dumpster. Falls back. Bomb still down. Complexity getting right back in this game here. 5 on 4. Poison starting to come online as well. They still have the majority of the utility. A few smokes, flashes remaining, Molotovs as well. Molotov towards the pop dog area. He lands as Zipex. He's committed to this fight now. He's still burning. They know it. He's trapped in there. They're going to come down for sure. Great. How is no one dead?
They ate their own flashbang. Flame F did catch his teammates as well as Zipex, so a little bit of a delay on the conversion, but still.
The timing again. Device just looked away as Obo had peeked on out.
A T-smoke at the mouth of Pop does suggest one thing, and that's an inner hit, and well, that's where they're going. So is dupreeh, though. My goodness, look how fast he just holds W. It's a capital W on his keyboard here. And he's going to catch Rush. There's no way they're expecting this much presence this fast. There's two of them. Oh, the plays. He wasn't ready. Blame was above the smoke. He didn't spot him. It could have been a round winner, but instead now just a 2v2.
Blame F. Might have done enough at this point, but now has been detected here. The shotgun is enough, just about there. Glaive will find the shell, the all-important shot that will find them round number 5 here. But it was getting very, very close indeed. Poison, Obo, Blame F all chiming in with kills, but it will be enough towards the end there. Device with 3, the AWP managing to deliver on all fronts there.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it from his POV, but the fact he's getting 3, retaking inner as an AWP is is hard to do. I don't know how he found those.
And he had to pick that up of Vegas Corp as well, right? Because he went down early in the start of the piece over towards Ivy. So a very important round here for Astralis to win. They could have been finding themselves in some real financial woes if they were to have dropped that one. But now the double AWP setup can be established. And that's where you'll see Megas go over towards Ivy. And you should be seeing Device as that rotator role. So, a difficult investment here for Complexity, but enough to justify Poison AWP. But he has no helmet, meaning he's a lot more squishy than usual. Zipek's been more aggressive. At the inside ramp, and Obo, wow, okay. Challenges the Galil, gets away with it. Zipek will fall back on 34 points of health, and then it's going to pick up the pace. One flash is enough. No execution here. Contact play, and an exchange of kills. Device will take down Blamer for Poison, will return the favor.
Yeah, so the incendiary of Zipex forced them to take the longer road. They've gone all the way up and round, but with his teammates so far behind him, they're all in CT spawn. It's an interesting conundrum for Astralis to crack. Config's the only one that's too far forward, which does mean that they can start to set themselves up here. He has the gap for a flank, and that's if Poison can get the information safely. He's fired off a shot, now spotted. Config has been found. Things are going to get awkward on the retake. Poison's running out of space to stand. He's got 16 HP. Dupree's got himself the double straight onto the bomb. Obo, he started this round off, and now he's got to try and just get Glaive off that bomb. I think the spray was enough for him to fall back, and so this round is just all said and done. He'll run away with 8 HP, and Glaive confirms it. Double kill from Dupree.
Got a little bit scary there. Dupree couldn't quite find the bomb, but it was always going to be a victory in the end once they did. Obo will save the Galil, but that's about as good as it gets for them. Bomb planted does give them some cash going forward here, but it's starting to really feel the financial burn with about $3,500 per player. It's going to have to be a partial buy.
Yeah, I guess the sad sign for Complexity, there's a real chance for them to put Astralis' money in the bin again within these last few rounds.
Yeah.
If they've just been able to convert one of these, it could be a different looking half, really. But right now, with them having to opt for this kind of a buy rush yet to get a kill, only 2 for Config, who was the star in the previous map, it's not looking very good for the start of this one here. But if they keep putting Astralis in janky positions where, for example, you see Zipex playing Pop Dog, you saw how unfamiliar he was with that Molotov that came down behind him. Most other normal Pop players, if that was Dupree, he would have tie-tailed it out of there. You could just see Zippy, he's not so familiar with that role. He's normally that inside anchor.
Well, a triple AWP setup now for Astralis. Glaive on the
I missed that
inside
one.
area.
I didn't see that one. Hold up a second.
Yeah, so it is a completely different here. So we are going to have the opening kill. Remember, up against the pistols here, the 3 AWPs could come back and bite them, but for now, looking very good. Done significant damage towards Rush and Config. They've already taken Poison down. Dupree challenged towards the Pop Dog room, but the smoke should save him. Not so much for Device, though. Goes down to the Desert Eagle. That's towards Ivy, I believe.
It's quite the duel Config's taken there. From T-spawn to Ivy with the Desert Eagle, and, well, he does find the necessary frag.
The old 007 there. Guess we are looking at Rush. Is that the idea? There it is.
I always get the James Bond theme tune wrong in my head. Is that the one that goes,
That's
Mission Impossible. You see?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. God damn it. How does James Bond go?
Well, we can give you...
Okay, thank you. Bow, bow, bow.
Mission Impossible now.
Obviously, I didn't do it very well there. I'll have to check out the original, but bomb does go down, and with a 3 versus 4, changing up a bit of chaos. Unfortunately, not in favor of Complexity. But getting the bomb down is something. Extra cash for the next round. Blame, however, you can see him. His teammates must be calling it. He's looking for one frag in particular. Now he converts the message and can't find the frag. It's going to be a 7th for Astralis.
Will they go back to the triple AWP setup? They've got time to go recover them, I suppose.
No, they shouldn't. Double AWP's fine, Henry. Triple is a little bit silly, I think.
I think you might be right, especially for those retake scenarios. You can see against the pistols, it's still got a little bit dicey for them.
Yeah, I want to make a note of those retake scenarios that we're seeing towards the inner bomb site. Astralis now, especially against this because T-sides, right? When they go down low ramp, they like to push up and take hump control. Hump for me is connector. You know, it goes up and down. Yeah. So they like to take control of that. And a lot of CTs will get bottlenecked coming through connector. Astralis, in 2 attempts where they've had to retake the inner bomb site, have sent the lion's share, if not all of their forces, back through CT spawn. It's much safer. The focus of the T's is going to be towards connector, and you're giving yourself a chance to find a couple of opening picks. But towards yard we go. Yeah,
Blame had a good chance for just a second. He could see an elbow. But Obo is already out, and he's looking like he's done all the hard work. Just 2 members, make it 3, excuse me, remaining for Astralis, but he's in hot water right now. Device trying to find a safe haven, just to find any sort of line of sight. Already well, the bodies are dropped, and this is looking all good for Complexity, the fastest and most successful round we've seen from them so far.
Yeah, a very successful round. Only one player going down, that's Config. Normally sent in first to crack things open. He isn't having to carry the team this time. You've got Rush 0 and 8, Config 4 and 10, and they're still finding rounds here and looking much better than that previous one. I think the fast-paced mentality is going to catch Astralis off guard a lot more. You can see them falling back with the flashes to the face. Device managed to get one kill, but that was about it. Blame F answered back. Great shots here with the AK-47. Obo, he looks fantastic on train right now.
Yeah, he opened that up. He's straight out pop, took his spawn, takes the initiative, and it's up against one of the more intimidating squads in Counter-Strike history. So respect to the young gun.
That's a very easy Molotov that's about to be thrown from Config there.
And off we go, full flash. He's looking for the duel. Spray didn't quite connect, and Dupree, he's angling himself for survival, but through the smoke, Rush will connect.
That's his first kill of the half. Didn't have to see the play up. You take those all day long, and Obo, he'll continue to do damage through the smoke here. It's a 4 versus 3 in Complexity's favor here. Huge round. The investment from Astralis is significant, but Magisk, he might be able to save the day here. Coming in from main entrance, 1 minute 10 on the clock, takes one player down, and they haven't planted yet. Bomb's actually towards Pop Dog. Did he spot him? Has now.
That's such a huge amount of info. Magisk, there is a player to find, and it's Rush. He's gone down as well. This triple kill has dug Astralis out of quite the hole. And Obo, star player of their Train T side so far. He's on 13. He has to clutch up.
So he's got to get the bomb, kill 2 players, and somehow dissect these two. It's not going to happen, though. Mages just steals that one away from them. Obo getting 2 huge kills. Rush with his first through the smoke as well is looking so good for them. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the backstab. And the bomb towards Pop Dog area, he got spotted. I think Mages actually spotted both those kills before he found them, and then managed to capitalize upon the mistakes and the information he'd gathered. That first one, very well done. I think he just caught the barrel of Blame F, and then he spotted the shadow on the third as well.
I was actually about to be critical of Magus, right? Because I thought he was very, very noisy.
Oh, yeah, good spot.
But the fact that he was so noisy, it was almost like he was acting as a spotter for Device. Like if anybody got in the open or whatever, Device comes through, finds that frag. But he didn't even need him, just does it all himself. And away we go. It's a tactical timeout being called right here, and that's because the money isn't fantastic for Astralis, even though they do have 8 rounds. They still need to talk through some of these options. Like, look at Glaive. He has a alligator again, right? So they're still backs against the wall here. Complexity, even though they're not getting rounds, are doing a fantastic job of making the game close.
Timeout has elapsed, and so it's time to see round 12. Complexity really riding on Obo's opening frags. Going to be seeing if he can generate any more of those. He's tried Pop. He's found success on Brown Halls and Pop Dog recently with his opening moves. Let's see how this one shapes up. Will Complexity be able to soften the blow of the half? 8-3, workable if it's an 8-6, 8-5. We've got to get a couple more on that board, and they know it.
Absolutely true, Alex. And we have got a very aggressive push towards the Ivy area. Mages goes down, the shotgun will respond, and they've actually busted through the Ivy area here. Zipex given the task of trying to pick them off one by one. He finds the bomb. That will enable the rotations to come through, but he spots Obo as well. Drops a defensive incendiary, but this is anything but. Dupree swings out of the backtracks here, down to a 3 versus 0. Very convincing round from Astralis there, and that's the sort of round they needed. A clean round, like Chad said, is the same sort of story as Nuke here. You're looking to take down 3 CTs each and every round. That's considered a clean one from Astralis, and the money is absolutely ruined now for Complexity as they take their first tactical timeout as well. They are at the maximum loss bonus, or the 4th stage, I should say.
Yeah.
So 1 round after this, they'll have that. So they can definitely invest into this one.
I think just the biggest thing right now for these guys is to continue that damage, because even if they just get 1 or 2 kills here yet again, they're going to keep that confidence there, the fact that they do just keep forcing Astralis to reinvest, and then they can potentially walk away with it with a 10-5 half. So that's why we will see another one of these half-buy scenarios coming on out. Couple of bits of utility. Now, they had success with that really fast yard play, right? And I think the reason that that could be kept in mind was because earlier in the piece, you remember it, Blame with the Mac-10, he ran out on his own and he got towards back a bomb train and got a free kill. There had to be more resources dedicated to that, but now they've done the fast out and it's fallen flat. Now we have a few more problems for Complexity because the Astralis know how to deal with it. They know where these gaps are.
Well then, up to Config to try and give them an opening kill. He's got to run the gauntlet first, though. Through the flames and smoke he goes. It actually works out for him. They didn't see that coming at all. This is looking great for Complexity. First opening kills are theirs. 5 on 3, but they've taken considerable damage en route. Great shot from Dupree through the smoke, apparently. Rush now.
The shadow.
Oh, he's full gray screen. If you ever wonder how stupid you look, there's a good example. When you're walking through that smoke, just his full face sticking out of the body of the smoke. Spray's not there. And wow, Complexity, they set him up. Just as you were talking about them bursting out of main and they had the answers, Chad, well, they don't have an answer for Config.
Well, he made a gap,
He made it happen.
He didn't nutmeg that smoke. He kicked that smoke in the nuts and ran straight through it and then gets a couple of kills on the yard. So Config right there with that opening is what causes so many dramas. They have to plug those holes. There's too many gaps. They were also leaning more players towards that inner bomb site. So great round for Complexity here. Those 5 rounds I was talking about now seems more possible, and 6 is even on the cards.
It absolutely is. Complexity pull around out of the darkness there. It wasn't looking good at all, but they're rushed towards Ivy, and Config managing to somehow run through the flames, the smoke, and actually swing around to E-Box on the CT side. They had no idea. That is not a usual maneuver. You can see it is actually blocked by many different obstacles, but still persevered. Made the first kill, opened up options towards Ivy, and Complexity pick up a much-needed round there. We'll have a look at the replay. There's so much action going on that previous round. It was Rush that gets his second kill of the game. He's had some high-impact frags, only a couple of them, though. Blame F with that CZ at close range. Did find the grey-screened Dupree on the other side, and we have got a compromise setup for Astralis here. UMP for Glaive, Dupree down to the pistol. The sniper device hasn't been a huge talking point in this third map. We'll see what he can do as we enter the penultimate rounds here.
Info. Oh, and a deep smoke. Oh no, if it blooms, yes. Magiska's just, with the flash of his teammate, single-handedly demanded Ivy be respected. He's now got Glaive, he's gonna leave him there with the UMP. Oh, this is hot. Oh, this is great, because now Astralis, they can get some real early warning. The canary in the cage, in the coal mine, is Glaive.
Yeah, but all a canary can do sometimes is just die, Alex. And this time, it's done the opposite. That didn't work out at all.
It was close.
It was looking so good. I like make it look like a right twat here. Here we go. Didn't work out. Of course he gets one blind.
Of course he does. The flashbang, everything. They knew what they had to do. Still, Glaive makes it hurt.
Well, Obo down to 15 and Dupree. He's got the perfect weapon at close range here. 5-7 does have one tap potential. He basically has to be kissing them, though. We'll see whether he can get that close. Config back towards inside. Bomb above Pop Dog, I believe. So Obo and the Brown Halls sets up the smoke for Connector. And that's a good smoke from Dupree. Forces him to go towards that side of the map. Rush, God, I don't know if he can justify going through this.
I don't know. I thought for a second he was going to try some maneuver around the pallet, but instead he's hoping to catch that CT walk through the smoke. Any nutmegging would have been received by Rushley. Not Rushley, the other one.
Rushley. They are going to go towards outside, I think. This could be a nightmare.
Oh, and they do see Rush go down to 5-7 of Dupree.
10 seconds.
They haven't really got enough time for this action. Blames gets baited out. He has to support the bomb plant. And now the Pincer comes in. They're back to turn. They can't focus on all of these Astralis players. It's Dupree to get the double from behind and secure the 10th. Lovely work from him, the bait and switch.
That was really smart from Blame there at E-Box, taking like a little micro fight, because what it forced was it's like the other two teammates from Astralis get the information that one guy's busy and one guy's planning, so they immediately try and collapse, but Blame just took the shot and went, well, he's going to wait for me to come back. I can help my teammate now. And they almost won that. And I think, you know, in that situation, Complexity, they would have got the 6 because that's money gone for Astralis at that point.
Oh, so unfortunate for Poison there. They did everything so well. The flashbang towards Ivy was spot on, but preemptively firing off, knowing he's going down. It was Glaive who gives them the opening frag there, round number 14. Still enough money for Complexity with the AKs and the AWP here, with decent grenades as well. The loss bonus certainly helping them out. Zipex with the MP9, single AWP setup here. We've had it all this half. Triple AWP setups, double AWPs, and now just a single. Outside smokes. It's Complexity. Maybe overthinking some of these calls. Lots of fakes here.
They are using a lot of their utility early. Now talk about that in a second, because already down the ramp they go. My God, that's a big duel for Zipex to try and take with just an MP9. It cost them 2 players, but they have access to the site, and now he arrives again in the kill feed. Zipex takes another one down, and now Poison does do well to find the Deagle shot. Clean onto Zipex. A second, not too far away. So a 1 versus 4 becomes a 1 versus 2. Spots them both, and the flash was there. He gets the shot. He's isolated them all into these duels. He's looking for the clutch of a lifetime here.
Oh, he might have done enough as well. He's got a smoke to get back towards lower ramp if he wants to. There's the smoke, and he doesn't even have to go towards lower.
Yes.
He can just suggest that's what he did. Where did
it went under the train?
I've never seen that before.
What?
I didn't even know that was possible.
Where the bloody hell? Oh yeah, there it is. You can see the smoky wheel.
Oh, he didn't spot him as well. I think I think Devices spotted him at this stage. He has no idea. He's lost the round. That's so unfortunate. The smoke is distracting, right, Chad? If you drop that smoke, you're thinking, right, I can now got this information. I'm going
to play around it. I'm going to deny it.
Either way, guys, that is the end of the first half. Astralis will have 11-4 here. It was a great showing from Poison. Couldn't quite find the final frag, and an anomaly from the smoke. We'll take a break and see what's gone through where it's disappeared to, and we're back in a couple of minutes.
Don't life get stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to. Live until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move, we move, we move. 3, 2, bringing summer to you. Oh, ready, let's go, 'cause you know how we roll. Let's take it down the world and back again. Ready, let's go, 'cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round again. Oh, I see the signs and I see we're there. And I feel the lies and I feel the sand. Forever hold, no matter if we're cast away. A fire in the dark. I know that you won't be where we'll awaken. Right from the start, I see the end. A world torn apart, but I know I'm
So Train continues at an 11-4 scoreline, the third map of the first game on the main stream here for Astralis Complexity. We've got another one on the way as well. We're going to be getting into Vitality NIP once we reach the conclusion of this one. And I say we, myself, Henry and Chad, residing for the first 2 best-of-3s of the day. And then for your North American treat, Gen G 100 Thieves, you'll get Trace Sorrentis, Hugo Byron, and Harry Russell.
But we get Rush. So I don't know, Rush, you here? Because we have a little bit of a...
It's Rush Lee.
Oh,
Gotta
sorry.
make sure.
Sorry, not the player. Rush
Very
Lee.
important distinction here.
Do you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we hear.
How's
Got
it
a nice
going?
little light there. It's going all right. How are you?
Yeah, it's a bit blinding, to be honest. But
Do they let you leave that room when the broadcast finished?
no, I'm chained. You can't see it. I am stuck to the desk.
Okay, all right. And do they feed you in there?
Oh, plenty of stuff. They're always wheeling like
Wheeling
crates
and
in,
dealing.
all sorts
I
of
know
stuff.
what
It's
Rush
great.
likes. You get him a big corny, and that's
I'll tell
his
you what,
whole day.
I'll take 5 or 6 of those. Yeah,
Partial
sure.
to a corny, he
You
is.
still let your
yes.
complexity pick Rush?
Yeah, I think Rush is a sick player.
Can I
He's
ask
really
you, what
good.
was the inspiration for your nickname Rush? Maybe it overlaps with the American.
I mean, some people don't know, but my last name is Rush. I don't
Okay.
Makes
believe
sense.
the player Rush, last name is Rush.
So would you say that you've got a more of like a state of claims
Alex,
for the nickname?
I have a claim to the Twitter account @Rush, and right now the CS:GO player has it, and I believe I should have it at some point.
Okay,
in
so
time.
perhaps we should start some real Twitter drama here.
That would be great. Anything to get me to @Rush tag, I'll happily take.
It's your name, right?
Exactly, right?
I mean, it's a pretty good argument. Can't dispute that. We'll talk to Will, see what we can do.
Thanks, guys.
Looks like we've got a
Appreciate
game.
it.
You've got some observing to do. Good luck,
Oh,
have
yes,
fun.
let's go.
All right, 11-4, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Train's second half. And I feel like the general sentiment from us here at the desk was that Complexity could very well, couple of things go their way, could have been a
Yep.
much closer half.
A 9-6 definitely was available to them. But still, 4 rounds, it might not seem like enough, but it can be. It does mean you have to win the pistol here. We'll see whether Complexity have got it in their arsenal, as they have 2 HE grenades here, 1 smoke, and they've taken a lot of damage at the start there as Poison gets dinked down to 24 points of health. That's towards inside, and they're going for a full send out of the upper ramp.
Yeah, they've already managed to get pretty damn good control of the site. These duels for Poison are difficult, and that's the kit gone. Zipex does neutralize Obo, and the bomb does go down. Zipex getting info on that ladder, does not lose his life for it. He's got a lot of players to deal with. He's got a count of about 2. He probably hasn't seen the third just yet. Now he has. He's building a good image as to where all of these CTs are retaking from, and all it's costing him is the A and the D keys on his keyboard. Getting all that info and delays them considerably. Still, only 3 members remaining. 2 members, 1 member remains for Astralis. A flurry of frags, the defuse comes in. It was a must-win pistol, and they do it.
It all starts with them losing the opening pick, the bomb going down, but it ends with having 4 players up and the bomb defused. That's
Well.
kind of insane from Complexity. The shots hit there were remarkable. Love to see it from their POV.
Look at the damage he did. Rush, with 2 kills, has 600 damage. What?
He must have done thrown
Some
one hell of a
crazy
grenade.
nade.
600 damage there.
From 007, by the way. Maybe it was wrong.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it
Because
probably
only
was.
5 players on the server.
It probably was wrong.
Okay, whoops.
Yeah, I like it when you guys get excited. That
I
reminds me.
saw a number
reminds
that
me of
didn't make
Christmas.
sense. I should have probably questioned it before.
It's
Getting
okay.
excited.
We all learned something today. Sometimes numbers can be wrong.
He's
Oh, my
crouching,
Lord.
and it is only a scout, so not the end of the world. Bit of a Hail Mary from Device, and, well, those are backing up my claim. Some no-scopes through the brakes, not going to get him too far.
Glaive now.
2 AKs.
Yeah, the AK-47s are out. Remember, they lost a pistol, even though it seemed like a lock-in. Glaive is at the end, and Poison might not be expecting this. He thinks it's a very passive off on the T side here. Oh, it's clumsy! How has he managed that?
Oh, you hate to see it. 250 pounds to You've Been Framed, Glaive. Get it in the mail. 4v4, though, not the end of the world. Might feel like it for him. And now with Magis gone as well, Ivy threat neutralized.
Oh, after losing the pistol and the fashion they did as well, the AKs are now removed. They only get 1 frag from it, and it's a 4-on-3. Both rifles down towards Ivy. That's round pretty much done. They've got no armor, a scout, and maybe a headshot from the Deagle. Not going to land.
Nice work from Blame, all the same.
Their buy can go from 2 MP9s and a FAMAS to 2 AKs, plus that silenced M4 of Poison. They can't get there in time. Their little legs don't take them as quick as they needed to, but the weapons that were available on the floor were very, very potent. So Astralis are lucky in the sense that they don't get collected by the complexity side of things. But as we were talking about how close that first half could have been, they can't get complacent. They need to make sure that they keep a high intensity here, because complexity can definitely work back into this match.
Bloody hell, Blame F did 2,000 damage that round.
Bloody hell, 2,000? So I remember.
I was just waiting for that. I was even listening to what Shadow said. I was like, right.
You remember back in the day when we used to like look at the damage in console and you'd see like an AWP headshot did like 475 damage or something ridiculous, right? But then I think that they started scaling the damage just with everybody has 100. Right? Yeah. But I don't know what went on there.
I mean, it's Gremlin in the system.
Yeah. We'll clear him out.
Oh, Obo's going to get tested on inner, and with no issues on the first two, the round is already over. No bomb plant for Astralis in this one. Magisk is a little late to the party. His Deagle, however, did connect, and there is some damage inflicted, so perhaps some more weapons to be removed from the Complexity arsenal. You make sure they know exactly where he is with some warning shots of sorts, and that wasn't too far off. The angle Rush was adopting. Config playing with the ladder, trying to get Magisk a little flustered.
But they're right back in this game, Complexity fans. Don't go anywhere. Do not adjust your sets. Astralis have given up the pistol, which looked like a lock-in. The second round force buy hasn't worked out for them. The third round limp-in has got even worse. 4-on-1 now. Mage is very capable of the Desert Eagle, but the shot's not really available to him, and now they know exactly where he is. Good try. Thought that was going to connect at one point, but not going to be the case. And 4-player Survivor Complexity here, picking up more and more money as they go here. $6,000 across the board. 11-7. They managed to do it on Nuke.
Oh, bit of a bonus situation here as well with two MP9s
you
and
might be
FAMAS.
considering like a Russian side or 2 players towards Pop Dog. You can definitely do some interesting approaches here with this sort of... So you don't have Astralis out of the play against us too often.
No.
They're normally just destroying people in the pistols, got a 3-0 start. Now they're up against some MP9s and FAMASs. A bonus round for Complexity.
Device does have the AWP, so that's a good start for them in this one right here. But okay, very quick.
And he got the info safely, given the fact that Zipex was flashed. He doesn't know just how spotted he was.
Just note as well, Astralis, in the train games that I've watched, maybe it's changed a little bit in recent time, but they don't really do a lot towards Ivy. I've noticed their defaults are more box haul and T-main, with a bit of Pop Dog thrown in the mix there. So keep in mind, if Ivy might be a sticking point, if Complexity know they can push it and get very free map territory.
Obo. He'll be joined by Rush. Incendiary to go down momentarily. The smoke will come in first, though. It's looking like it'll do so much damage here. The bomb's gone down. The rotations will come through, and Astralis might be thinking about the save, but Glaive, he'll give it one last stab. Is there anything to be said about this round? Apparently not. Poison will confirm victory for Complexity here. Bomb still down, but the flash coming through. Zipex doesn't recover the C4. Device with the AWP. Nice shot. But the MP9 so close to his position, he might be in trouble here.
Yeah, Device has got caught by Config's flank as well, so Zipex thrown into a 1 versus 4. He has very quickly and astutely made 1 versus 3. Config quite right to change his aggressive stance. He'll go back towards B through A.
Zipex with the AK. No grenades, however. Spoil got the bomb down on lower ramp, and at this point is trying to segregate the CT. See if he can find a kill. Make him uncomfortable. Unfortunately for him, he is out in the open, and Config doesn't miss many shots. That's going to be a very convincing one. 3-0 found for Complexity now.
Damn, this is
a game now.
Yeah, this is
we're gaming.
Look, it did maybe feel a little while there. This was similar to Vertigo in terms of the scoreline, but we were saying how close a lot of those rounds in the first half would be. And now after converting their pistol and well, being able to throw a couple down range, not losing the force buys, not giving away too many members, they've been able to build a bit of a bank across the board. They have up all the goodies they need. Everybody has kits. Everyone has full nades. This is looking very, very good.
Couple of AKs thrown into the mix as well, as Glaive will go for the old fast push towards Ivy. Smokes down. Looking to find a gap here or create one like we saw Config do. But remember, there are just some pistols here. Poison, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. That's going to be an orphan device now, potentially, as Config looks to deny access towards the bomb site itself.
He's desperately looking for frags, and he's done well to find those two. Rush alongside him as well, and for the ride is Blame. Dupree scarpers away with Poison's AWP on his back and makes sure he throws that one in the trash.
Yeah, that's gone. No one will be recovering that weapon at least, but it should be Rush to pick up the frag. Remember, he's 0-9 at one point. Going to find his double digits now. 10 and 13. He's turned his game around just in the nick of time here as Complexity go up 5-0. Astralis will use their second tactical timeout here as they find maximum loss bonus as well. Device quickly brawls out the AWP. So remember, if you are just joining us, ENCE have just beaten Fnatic 2-0. We could have Complexity bringing this all the way back in a 3-map series on Train to close it out as well. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. They're still trailing.
I'm with you. Look, I'm with you. I'm getting excited for that. I think the prospect is very, very likely at this point. The scoreline isn't, having it split right down the middle, but it kind of feels like it is.
Yeah, and Rush predicted it all along. He said the entire time it was always down to Complexity. Third map.
Yeah, well, he tells us when we come in, and obviously he's chained to the desk. You guys just heard. But we all go and see him, and we have to bow to him.
Yeah, we all bring like a tribute.
Yeah, and he says, today is Complexity's day, and none of us believed him. We all scoffed and laughed at him.
Yeah, and to be fair, you know, Henry forgot the frankincense today, so...
That's a good point.
He's probably not very happy with us.
I've got the gold.
Thank goodness. And let's see if there's going to be a murmur from Astralis.
Round 21 and the AKs are out. We've got the Device, AWP, and Dupree. Very active towards the pop dog area, but so's Obo inside. Very confident plays from him today. A couple of missed shots, but seem to have stabilized at this point.
Guys, did my eyes break, or did this broadcast get a little less vibrant than it used to be?
I think we might have lost some digital vibrance, perhaps.
I don't know. Either that or my eyes have completely changed. I'm becoming dog. I'm losing color.
I'm becoming dog. Yes, you are.
5v4. I'm even talking like one. I become dog. Not that I've heard a dog talk, but if I did, I assume that's how they talk.
Oh, no.
Bomb down and Glaive. Looking to pick up the pieces here. It's Dupree that's already gone down. Complexity knocking on the door, double digits here on the CT side of Train. Third and final map as well here on the road to Rio, the opening series. What a way to kick things off Complexity. They just pull this back. Poison trying to force him over the finish line here. 5 for 3 and Device. Surely nothing to say about this one that Zipex does.
That's a stunning shot. And Device has caught another one. Oh, and another from Device. He plucks Rush out of heaven, but will they expect a second? Config quickly fills his shoes. And they're not ready for that. A ballsy spray, long range, does find Config his third, continuing to relocate. The hero Complexity need. Zipex does not have the health for this duel, and Config's going to make it a quad kill, a wiggle of success. He knows how much damage that means in this grand scheme. They're on 3.7. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty.
This is a rough ride for them. They haven't really planted the bomb in the last few rounds. So
it hasn't been looking great.
They've got so much cash in the CT side. Config with $12,000 after the reinvestment here. And they've got, what, at least 2 more buys left. And we've got Astralis limping into this round. They're going to have to take another tactical timeout here. They've got 1 remaining.
If we did some comparisons, Astralis had to defuse the bomb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times within the first half. So far, Complexity have only had to defuse the bomb once, and that was on the pistol round. They're doing a good job of denying Astralis getting that bomb down, the extra injection of cash that Henry was alluding to with the bomb of $800. And that's going to mean with the max loss bonus, they're in situations like this where they kind of have to talk through the options. You can't just buy.
Yeah, they've just finished their conversation, finished their timeout, and when the in-game leader has an AK-47 in his hands, it's pretty indicative as to where they plan to go.
So, Desert Eagles and 1 hero AK for Glaive. Objective here, they need to get the bomb at least. Nothing else will do. They need the extra cash. They need to justify this AK-47 and the utility as well. Significantly invested in the smoke grenades. 4 of those brought out, a couple of flashes as well, and Glaive trying to listen out towards Pop Dog here. Does he just drop down and go for the quick kill? Or is he more tactical about it? Approach with a Molotov like we saw from Complexity in their first half. So you can see he goes down as the nade's dropping as well, as they're retreating. So if anyone swings back in, he'll have the advantage. But ultimately, he doesn't have Pop Dog anymore. But he does push the CTs out of that room. Config looking to gain control once again.
So they have 3 smokes. You could see the bomb train smokes, 1 to either side and 1 on top. You could see something a bit more conventional and current meta, which we might even see, a connector smoke, an Ivy smoke, and then if they want, they even have a third to clear off Pop. But having Glaive go down there, that would lead me to believe they want to keep that bit of real estate open. So he needs to hit some kills with this AK-47. He needs to hit some shots, sorry. This is a huge investment. Henry's bang on here. I don't know why he's decided to go for this, being so slow in the round, but Glaive needs to go huge.
Well, there are a couple of smokes remaining, presumably going to smoke towards sandwich the bomb site. Go for something here right now, very slow. Just trying to take some aggro away from main entrance for Glaive to swing out, I assume. And it's actually working pretty promising, actually. Poison rattles off a shot. He doesn't know Glaive's next to a double kill potentially here. There we go. Justifies that investment in spades here. Gets the triple. He might even win the round for them. Device. He'll find the 4th and Rush now. He's left with the impossible task. A 4 versus 1. Dupree, open hand now removed. And Device, he'll be dropped as well. Rush might have something to say about this round. As the flashbang comes through, smoked out of position. 1 more flash will be thrown out here. If he brings it down to the 1 versus 1, he probably wins it.
Oh, he had a little slither of the healthy player. Zipex there, Glaive's low. Glaive's done a lot of the heavy lifting here. Zipex will be the first contact, and Rush knows he's got to try and flush them out of these corners. They're both playing main. He's running out of time. He's going to drive him insane. Doesn't have a smoke, but he does have a kit, so only option here is a fake and a fast double kill, but I don't see a world where Astralis send both of them out to check. Yep, that's the round one.
Might as well go for the defuse here. Hope for the best. There's a chance the Deagle shot's missed in the back. We've seen it before. And it will be Complexity giving the round up finally. It's Astralis with the partial buy there. The single AK-47 from
They
Glaive.
actually, like, believed the Ivy presence. Perhaps they're just sitting there going, right, it's probably just Deagle's armor. They're all going to be in one place. You start seeing contact and nades from Ivy.
Well, he would have been just spamming Ivy, Ivy, Ivy.
Right.
The calls have to be very on point there. It needs to be very clear. Numbers you see especially. You can see 3 players on the CT side all looking towards the Ivy position. I feel like they were just shouting out the word Ivy instead of actually saying spotted 3, spotted 4, whatever it was. But Glaive did so much work there. He said he has to justify his AK-47. He gets 3 kills with it, wins in the round. They're first of the second half, by the way.
That is the wildest thing, right? That they only had 1 round in the second half, and it's come through the first time they've been able to get that bomb down as well. So, well, second time once we take pistol out of the equation.
Yeah. But still, that's huge. And the knock-on effects you can see now. Complexity had so much money before. We're losing 1 round. Config's had to drop a couple of weapons there.
Config's 12K has become $50.
It's been invested very quickly. See if he gets some return on it. Poison hasn't pressed today. On towards Ivy for now.
Oh, stunning. Exactly what you needed and falls back. So early advantage delivered to Complexity. Now, Config not going to be contributing in the fragging department. He's done the banking, though. He gets them the weapons, and Poison's AWP already draws first blood. So a 4v4.
Oh, did you see that elbow?
I think he did. Oh, he didn't, but he adjusts. Does find the frag. Quick trade from Blame. 3v3, and they're going inner.
Oh,
who is it?
working.
It's Obo.
He has been very calm on these M4 shots today, but still very difficult shots coming up here. Flashbang spot on, that should enable a plan here. And he'll have to wait for his teammates now.
His mission is clear. Close that gap, find that frag, but the trade, the bait and switch, the Astralis classic continues. Glaive shows a little bit of leg, and Dupree profits.
Well then, they'll have to save now. The AWP and the AUG will be taken into the next round if possible, but Glaive's on the hunt. He wants to take everyone down he can with him. Goes towards Connector now, CT spawn. And Poison, he's more than happy just to wait here. Is he going for this in any sense? He's going to try and hold on to the AWP. And looks like he'll be dropped here. Dupree will find him, so that's the AWP gone, but Blame F recovers it. He's on towards the Ivy side of the map, so he'll be absolutely fine. But Astralis 2 in a row. Dupree with 3 kills this time.
Multi-kill performance is getting Astralis across the line here, only 3 rounds away from picking up the first best of 3 here on the main stream.
Yes, indeed. Remember, Astralis started on that CT side as well. They'll take a great first half, but couldn't really get going in the second up until a couple of rounds ago. And Glaive started to go absolutely ham. Dupree, it's his go now, showing us what he's made of the AK-47. Haven't seen any Kriegs today at all, have we, boys? Over 3 maps.
No.
That's true.
I don't know.
One.
I don't think we'll see more than 1 ever purchased on a side. It fires so slowly, right? If you were to use it at range and you're able to tap away at heads, it's great. But then it just doesn't have the functionality of the AK close range anymore, right? Which was one of the things that had going for it before. But here with the tactical timeout coming through for Complexity and the saved AWP, this is the worst time to have your money broken as a CT, right? At the tail end of a half where you know that you have to fight because you're forced into decisions. Previously, it's like, oh yeah, we can take a save. We've got, the half to work with. Now you've got nothing.
And now you've saved an AWP as well. So everyone's like, oh, should we buy around this? Is it worth it?
Don't do it.
Should we do it? Should we give it a go?
If he gets 3 kills,
yeah, exactly.
just make that the hey, Poison, do you think you're going to get 3 kills with this? Oh, I won't even drop it to you then. I'll just keep it and we'll see how I go.
So Blame F has the defuse kit, the armor, the flash, the Molotov, and looks towards main. Pretty standard position. No one challenging it just yet. Poison, though, will be pushing towards Ivy and drop by device momentarily. And it's for a little friend as well, Config, not far behind. So the AWP just to save now, ideally.
What a short-lived round that was for Blame's AWP.
Yeah.
They know it's in play, so they'll probably chase it once they deal with Rush, right? So now this is where they can actually put that net out. They've even heard him with the tap of that Molotov.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did he fire off a shot? Did he make a sound cue?
Just touched his little leg there, so he's in trouble.
Yeah, he won't be surviving this one. That's for sure. They know exactly where he is. They've locked him in. Good shot. Needs a few more of those.
One more of them. Oh, gets across. 28 HP.
Is
Matches.
it worth it?
Yeah, I think one more kill from Blame and I'm hitting. I'm just saying that's enough, boys. That'll do. There we go. Zipex with a ridiculous angle. On top of the bomb train, I think that was.
I think he straight up wallbanged it, didn't he?
I have no idea how that one went down.
Either way, they
didn't
got
expect him to die that way, but still.
No, that was odd. He might have been on top of the bomb train. I'm not sure. It looked like he got him
Config
through
just
the
bought a
iron wall.
Bison, ladies and gentlemen.
Which has been buffed as well.
It has. The armor penetration of the Bison has been buffed. It
Yeah,
okay,
it was.
on the bomb train. Wow, how does he even see that?
I don't know. But the Bison, yeah, apparently I've used it a few times. I got 3 kills with him one round the other day. Felt good, but I'm not sure if it'd be a mainstay of CSGO necessarily.
The config CT Bison.
64 bullets of doom.
Yeah, that drum mag is chock-a-block full of airsoft bullets.
The Bison. I never thought I'd live to see the day.
No,
chaps.
me either. I thought we were done with the fun guns, but apparently...
Is that how we say it, by the way? I've always called it the Bison.
Yeah, the Bison is the
Bison
French gun.
is how we say it.
There it is.
Le
Coming on.
Bison succeeds.
And look, I'm glad he got rid of it and picked up an AK. That's a wise decision right there.
He's made his $600.
Ooh.
He's got his kill. He's got a rifle now, but Device has pulled one back. Looking for series point. Astralis just need 3 more kills to do so, but they're up against 3 M4s here. Obo will be playing towards inside. He's been doing a great job there as well, but he only has, well, he has got the incendiary and the HE as well.
Good timing.
So, perfect timing on that first one, but does he get the shot? He does, that's all that matters. But that might be a little bit difficult to handle now. 3 versus 2, both players towards outside. Bomb down, they've got Molotov, smokes, flashes. Should be series point here.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Especially considering the forward positions. Look at Zipex. I mean, this is such a tough one. Red Rush will clear this corner, I would imagine, but...
They're saving. And he can hear it as well.
Oh, they have to accept that the 15th is going to be Astralis. Their best bet to even convert. Train relies on the back of 2 players and holding onto their rifles now, and the hunt is on.
Remember, they didn't even have a T-sided round until Glaive, and his hero AK got them into the game.
True.
That led them to, what, 4 rounds in a row after that. And it got them to series point. They were done for. It looked like they didn't have anything to say on Train. Complexity of building the wall looking stronger as the rounds are developing. Deagle's 1 AK opens the floodgates. Astralis managed to get 4 in a row, and here we are. Broken bank accounts, $12,000 long gone. They do save 2 M4s here. So enough to get something out here, but they're going to have to buy 15-10, 5 rounds in a row required just for overtime now. Match point.
And we are off. Complexity. Back against the ropes. It's been a valiant series, you know, considering the reverse sweep was certainly a conversation we started to have. Such a thrashing for Complexity on Vertigo, but they're dusting themselves off. Nuke and quite the start on their CT campaign again. Blame with a double. Straight into main, throws caution to the wind, and Rush's flash enables the push. 5 versus 3 then. And Obo to be tested in brown holes once again. It's Zipex to consider his options. He has a smoke. He was considering throwing it down low ramp, but I think given the amount of time available, he's ready to just wait it out a little longer.
Double kill from Blame after opening things up. The MP9 push, and all hope was lost, has found them something here. Oh, Poison doesn't catch Glaive. It can happen again here. He managed to come out on top still with this frag, but Glaive will best him at this point. It's going to be a 4-on-3. Low HP for Blame, and towards the backtrack, Glaive heads. Is this an inside call? Might be.
Look at him. He's just playing all of the tightest angles, hiding from the CT, seeking out information.
I hate this. Rush gets it. It's a really cool idea from Glaive there. No one else is trying that move.
Yeah, through the smoke. Looking at the floor just to ensure your model isn't visible. I mean, Zipex looks like he's cooked. BlameF will convert with a triple kill of his own creation.
Well, they've given themselves a fighting chance here now. That was the one round they had to win in terms of didn't have much money. They had MP9s in towards the main entrance to kick things off, but my God, did it ever work.
Yeah, I mean, but the saved rifles weren't even the crutch factor. It was actually down to the MP9s to find those frags. So that force, that save, does give Complexity a chance. Now let's see how round 27 shapes up.
Absolutely. Have they got anything to say about this one? 4 rounds required now. AK's picked up for BlameF and Config, the Danish duo. Showing us what they're made of. Obo to defend inside. Alone again, but has done a great job of fending them off, forcing them towards outside. Chad did mention that Astralis don't focus Ivy too much, but for now, Device, without his AWP, will be working it with Magisk. Nades towards the end, they know Poison normally there. Config doesn't things up.
He tried the same trick, but Config was more than ready for that one there. Didn't take any damage from the nade, gets the kill, walks away, keeps control, and puts Astralis now into guessing territory. It's over towards Ivy that he's turned his attention. This pop flash will come on over. They can clear this out. Or get cleared out.
Good shot from Poison. No, I thought there was a couple of them. It actually brought it back to a 3-on-3. A minute remaining. Remember, Astralis just need one more round here, and they've done enough. First game on the road to Rio, and Rush has been taken out of the equation.
Yeah, looks like it's down to Obo to save the day for Complexity. The FAM assist, enough! The transfer, he is robotic. Now just one more. Zipex spotted by Obo. He's got to piece this one together. The bomb's at T-spawn, no less. Zipex has got a mountain to overcome now.
Normally when we say bombs down T-spawn, we mean it's like kind of close to one of the main. That was actually the bomb down in T-spawn. That is a bit of a blunder right there.
Luckily, he's still got 20 seconds here. And I think Obo's has lost track of him completely, right? So it hasn't come back to bite him just yet, but it certainly hasn't made things advantageous, I would say.
He's going to have to be loud, and that's going to help Obo position himself accordingly. He hasn't been able to upgrade his weapon. He's down to 42, and Zipex, with a smoke and a flash, is going for the plant. Obo. Oh, no! Zipex's plant spot. It was so wide, he couldn't quite find it, just on the other side of the bomb, and now Zipex can slink away. He is. And Obo's gonna find him, but AK prevails, and Astralis, despite Obo's best efforts in that last round, will take their opening game of their ESL 1 road to Rio.